I'm Brandon Shell.
And I'm Leslie Shell.
What inspired me to start Cross Driven Construction? After being in the industry for a while and knowing how much I had a passion for it, I wanted to do things differently. The biggest thing is having Christ centered in our company.
He lives out his Christian walk in his business.
We first heard about Cross Driven Construction because her mom did a big addition in her house, and Brandon did quality work.
We needed more space every holiday.
Envisioned for the whole family to be able to sit together, because growing up you always had like a card table and for the teenagers and another table for the little kids, and the parents sat in the dining room, which was small in here, about 8 people. And that was my hope. This past weekend it was full, the whole family here, and it wasn't crowded at all.
So coming up with the name Cross Driven is an interesting story. We were actually doing the study Purpose Driven Life. One of the ladies in small group, Julie, we were just passing around ideas, and she said, "Hey, what about Purpose Driven Construction?" We thought there'd be some infringed things going on, so we said, "What about Cross Driven Construction?" And then everybody seemed to like that and stuck.
My name's Stephen Daly. Started working for Cross Driven Construction almost 10 years ago now.
So after we outgrew my room in the house and we had a full-time secretary,
We were working out of a barn,
we decided, hey, we got this building right here.
and that was our office, and it was crazy.
In the cold days it's a little cold, and in the hot days it's a little warm, but for the most part it worked.
When I first started working for Cross Driven 4 years ago, I actually worked out of my home, and everything that we purchased I stored in my dining room and hallway. It was crazy. It was life under boxes. I remember when we were crammed into a single wide trailer.
Pretty rough starting out.
Now we're in this beautiful,
A nice office to work out of, and a great place to come to work.
So the most memorable project I've ever worked on was actually a 2-year project.
And when you first look at it, you think, yeah, we can do this in a year, maybe a year and 2 months. And with weather,
Had all kinds of issues that we ended up working through.
I mean, you go and take an old 1950s ranch home from out here in Hendersonville, cut the roof off, and then try to keep the house dry.
And finding solutions to things that we never thought we'd be able to find solutions to. So that really showed how we can come together as a team and work on a common goal to get it done, and that was really neat to see.
a very memorable project that we worked on was we actually had an opportunity to work for an HGTV pilot show. We learned so much, and it was a great experience. One of the most rewarding parts about being part of Cross Driven Construction is that they like to quietly give back to the community.
We want to have a focus on not just doing work for customers who come to us, but also looking into the community of people we come across that might not have the resources or the finances to use us, but they are in need of something that we can offer. So we look for those, and we call it Grace Ministry projects.
You know, there's so many of them, it's hard to pinpoint one specific one.
We have built ramps.
Wheelchair ramp, it was like the day after Thanksgiving. And I won't forget it, because we were like passing out Bibles, we're fellowshipping, and we're building. And those are like all the key things that go with me and Cross Driven.
We have donated bikes to local children in our community, and we have helped people age in place in their current homes.
One of the early ones that we did was a little girl who, she might even be a teenager, she had cancer, and so she couldn't go very many places, and she was home more than she was used to. So one of the things she wanted was a tree house. So we all got together and we built her this massive tree house in her backyard, and that was a special time.
But one of my favorites is we were able to work with the family to help them finish their remodel project just in time to get them home for Christmas.
Another one that I can think of is a lady didn't have a home. She bought a home, and unfortunately that home was really not livable, and she didn't have the finances to fix up the home to be livable because she spent it on getting the property itself. So we were able to come home and really renovate the whole home to make it livable.
It's hard, you lose sight of it while you're there. But then doing those missionary jobs is what brings you back home, I think, and humbles you, and realizing, hey, here's what I can give back. I can give back my skill and my time.
One major turning point of Cross Driven and my life in general is at the beginning of 2012. We were struggling to get work, struggling to make money, and started meeting with a pastor who also knew some things about business. And ultimately what it was God was trying to get my attention to refocus back on what the purpose that he wanted me to start this company. And again, it was going back to keeping it Christ-centered, almost like it started a company that day, where before then it was really us just kind of winging it. But since then, we've grown into the company we are today.
I think one of the things that's really helped Cross Driven to be successful and to stand the test of time is that we're always looking to improve. We don't ever want to be a company that says, well, we've just always done it this way and that's why, we're going to keep doing it that way. Brandon leads the company in such a way that he's constantly seeking out new, innovative ways. Hey, we've done it this way, but could we do it better?
How have I seen the company grow or evolve over the years? So many ways. It's not the obvious things like in manpower or finances. It's probably our reach in the community being more recognized and understood that we're not just a for-profit company, it's bigger than that. And so we're able to reach more people with that initial mission with the Colossians 3:23 scriptures. I think that's the evolution. It was the foundation. We continue to evolve in that and sharpen that sword and get better at those things. And then there's the obvious growth.
It's grown to something crazy big and a lot of different people working here. And the amount of jobs we're trying to take on is incredible, and the growth has just been cool to see.
What values or principles with Cross Driven resonate most with me?
Like I said before, that scripture is what I hold on to the most. But then it's the mission statement of helping people build, improve and repair their homes while building lasting relationships.
The biggest value for me that aligns with Cross Driven is just being honest, doing the right thing, instilling that trust.
Man, I trust my kids with the guys and gals that we work with. So, I've had guys pick up kids from school for me, and that trust and foundation of our coworkers, even our subcontractor partners. I trust these guys, and I think it starts with that foundation.
I really appreciate that our owners, Brandon and Leslie, help us with personal development.
My personal growth has been great. I've learned so much.
The growth and the knowledge I've gained since working here. I'm starting out not knowing anything to now can take on a whole house remodel.
We have quarterly trade classes to help us improve our skills, and even life skills like leadership, finances, personal relationships, nutrition, CPR. It's been really great, and we all have really benefited from it.
I feel like with our company, we worked really hard from the very beginning to truly make it a family. We love nothing more than to love on our Cross Driven family.
I also like that as a company, it's within our family. We enjoy getting together on a regular basis for things like company picnics and holiday parties.
Everybody pitches in, from our front staff ladies to our logistics managers, to our field guys, to our supervisors.
There's that whole community feeling where just with the group of people that we work with on a daily basis, where everybody's amazing, we feed off of each other.
How we can come together as a team.
And so we're in and out of so many people's lives, and we get to be a part of that. And I would say that's also probably one of our most favorite part, is getting to do life alongside so many people.
It just impressed me that he was so available to us.
If I send Brandon a text within an hour, Brandon's Brandon's calling.
I've heard horror stories from some of our friends we have where they paid a contractor and the contractor ruined the house and took off with the money. Brandon is a man of his word, and so that means he's honest. That means he's reliable. That means he's going to follow through. He's going to do everything he can to please the customer.
I saw real quick that Brandon was he took a job and gave a personal touch to it. We had a great relationship all the way through.
One of the things I think that really sets Cross Driven apart is our employees.
The crew that he would bring in, I mean, they just did a great job.
I would describe the quality of their work as excellent.
Yes.
The hardwood floors were great.
Yeah.
It was absolutely perfect. The painting, we actually had to have the cabinets painted again. They came back and refurbished them.
You know what you're getting when you go to Cross Driven. You really do. You know that they're going to do a great job for you.
So the quality is just always amazing.
And these are past employees and current employees. There's no way I can do things on my own, and so to have good employees means a lot. Going forward in the future, you could say another 20 years, what the legacy of Cross Driven is going to be. For me, it's to grow where God leads us to grow. And so where that leads us, I don't know, except that every customer that we have, every employee that we have, we're going to do the best of our ability to make it a good experience.